Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for your Friday Foundation Fix, where you can get your fix of foundation reviews in between foundation fests. And today I am checking out a brand I found on Ulta that I had not heard of before. It is from Elcie Cosmetics. This is the Micro Silque Foundation. Retails for $45, comes in 12 different shades, of which I have the lightest shade. It's currently getting 4 out of 5 stars on Ulta's website. How many reviews? It has 22 reviews at this point, and I did a little research on what is this? Who is this? What is this about? And the brand was created by a makeup artist named Lilith. I'm going to butcher her last name because I couldn't find an example of anybody saying it. Karadanian? She has a YouTube channel, but she only says her first name in her videos. Lilith. Beautiful. So Elcie that's her initials, and that's the name of the brand, but spelled differently. So that is sort of the background of this. She was searching for her Holy Grail foundation, couldn't find it, wanted to make sure the ingredients were good and had some skincare benefits, so she launched her own brand. And that is sort of the background. The slogan that they go by is "Be unique, be you." And if you check the product details for this foundation, it says it's a lightweight yet buildable HD coverage liquid foundation made for every skin type, leaving the face to feel flawless, smooth, and hydrated. It's got anti-aging properties, blendable, I like the honesty here, mild transfer resistance, paraben-free, vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free. I don't know what this HD coverage is. That, like, isn't that term long gone? Do we even use that anymore? They say shake well before use, and you can use, according to their instructions, fingertips or a sponge to apply. I checked the ingredients. I don't see any added fragrance. Looks like a silicone-based foundation, and it does have some safflower seed oil and some plant extracts in the bottom of the list. I have this in the lightest shade Porcelain. I also picked up the concealer. This retails for $28 for 0.51 ounces of product, and I've got the lightest shade Light, and it's supposed to be medium coverage, anti-aging, skincare properties, same old deal. So let's take a look at this foundation swatched against a few others in my collection. It is Friday again, and on Fridays we swatch. First up is today's foundation, the Elcie Micro Silque Foundation in shade Porcelain. Second, I've got the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place in 1C1 Cool Bone. Third is the MAC Studio Sculpt in NW15. Fourth is the Fenty Pro Filter Hydrating Foundation in shade 170. And last, I've got the Pure Love Your Selfie in shade LP4. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 45-year-old face. I like to cover up my sun damage. I do have larger pores right along here. Foundation likes to settle into my smile lines, my forehead lines. I have some texture between my eyebrows and generally on this side of my face, so that's kind of the issues I'm dealing with. My skin is normal to dry. It dehydrates very easily, and that's kind of my story. I have already primed with, from Good Molecules, the silicone-free priming moisturizer. Good Molecules sent this to me in PR, and if I had to describe it, I've been loving it. I would describe it as, okay, take the Smashbox, let me grab it here. Take the primerizer, the Photo Finish primerizer, which you know I love this. This is my second bottle of it. This is good stuff. Take something like that and imagine that it's just as moisturizing, but it's also got the slight grippiness, the slight grip, that little bit of tackiness that you know I love because I think it holds on to foundation really well. And that's what you get when you look at Good Molecules. The interesting thing about this is, I'm going to read you some of the ingredient claims here. Formulated with shea butter, macadamia seed oil, and a plant-derived silicone alternative to deeply hydrate, smooth, and nourish the skin. So I think that's why I like it. I love silicone primers. You know me and my silicone primers. Not a big fan of putting silicone on my face, but I do it anyway. And I just love how they work on my skin. I never don't wear primer, and most of the time I'm wearing a silicone-based primer. So imagine taking that and having all the moisturization of a moisturizer with the grippiness and the smoothing of a silicone without the silicone. Anyway, I think it's brilliant. I'm enjoying it so far. And I'm so distracted, you guys. I put up all my bird feeders, and so there's like so many birds outside my window right now. I love them. Let's take a look at this bottle, you guys. It is very, very pretty. It's kind of an hourglass shape, and it is just elegant. Nice frosted glass bottle. We have a pump. It is just a really attractive package. Since they recommend fingertips and a sponge, I'm going to do one side of my face with fingertips, other side with the sponge. I have washed my hands. Pumping this out, it has a scent to it. There's no additional fragrance that I can see in the ingredients, but it's a cross between... I don't know what it smells like. My first instinct was to say it smells sort of chemically, but it's not. It's almost like vanilla and... yeah, it's leaning vanilla. But it's pretty strong because I don't have a very sensitive nose and I can smell it. I'd say we're getting a light medium coverage right off the bat, which is a decent amount of coverage. It looks fairly natural, but the thing that I'm having trouble with is that it is clinging to every little bit of textured skin that I've got, and it's settling into the pores on my cheek, and it's settling into the pores on my nose, and it's clinging to a little bit of peeling that I've got on the bridge of my nose. So it's kind of a hot mess with fingertip application. I'm not a huge fan of fingertip application in the winter because I feel like it just agitates my skin and makes me exfoliate and like brings up any patches of loose or dry skin that are on my face. So that could be part of the problem. But I think we've got like a highlight, low, medium coverage going on, canceling redness very nicely. This is a pretty dark shade for the lightest shade. I think it's a good match for me, but I'm not the fairest of the fair, so if you are more pale than I am, this is probably too dark for you. Let's try the sponge side. I definitely prefer the sponge application. It is not settling into pores quite as much with the sponge application. It is still clinging to dry skin, but it looks nicer on pores with the sponge. So I would say definitely go sponge with this one. I'm going to take what I've got left just a little bit and try and smooth out the pores and get a little more coverage on the spots that need it and see if we can get this to work. Okay, let's try this concealer while we're at it. I love this little nice cold metal tip here. It might be plastic, I'm not sure. It looks like metal. You squeeze the concealer out. Oh, it's nice and gold. It's wonderful. I love these. This reminds me of a Tatcha skincare eye cream thing that I've got. Oh, it feels so good, you guys. Oh, I might use this even if the concealer's no good, because this is wonderful. Oh, it feels so cold. You're not really going to blend out with this, but for application purposes, I'm going to use my sponge to blend. But for application, oh, it feels good. You just got to be quick because it warms up to your skin and then it's not cold anymore. Oh, that feels so nice though, you guys. Oh, I'm just having a little spa moment with myself here. It's got a nice peachy, mildly peachy undertone on this shade, which is nice because fair skin, if you have dark circles, they tend to look nice and purple and blue, and a peach will go farther to do color correction than a yellow. Unfortunately, I think the concealer's having the same issue that the foundation is. Let me zoom you guys in. So let's take a look at this. The coverage is not bad. It's a nice light medium, I would say. And the sponge definitely helped to pull some of the foundation out of settling into my pores. But the problem is that it's twofold. It is emphasizing every bit of texture and every bit of lines that I've got. And it's unusual how much it's emphasizing my texture. And it's doing it under my eyes as well. So it's both the foundation and the concealer, and they're both clinging to every little patch of dry skin that I've got going on right now. So it really is, up close, it is not a cute look. It also looks dry, a little bit more dry than I anticipated, and I had really thought that I read that it was a more natural coverage to it. I'm not sure. I might not have read that. Maybe I'm making that up. It looks a little bit more matte than I expected. However, it does feel completely set down, and it feels super lightweight, which is nice. But up close, it doesn't look great. At a distance on camera, I think it looks okay. I think I'll have to put my face on and we'll see. So that is kind of the situation we are in. 1:56 p.m. I'm gonna go put the rest of my face on. I'll be right back. Okay, I did not have to set this with powder, which was good. I enjoy not having to set foundation with powder. Feels super lightweight. The main problem I'm having, the peeling skin I've got on this cheek, the foundation is turning orange along the peely edges, and that's just gross. You know, whatever. Not sure if you can see it at a distance. Maybe you can't. Hopefully you can't. I'm about to leave the house and go in public. So otherwise, everything blended fine. Same complaints I had in the close-up. I just feel like it's emphasizing texture and definitely clinging to any kind of dry skin that I've got, which is not going to bode well, especially going into winter when I get even more dry. But blending-wise, everything worked out fine. On the rest of my face, this little piece of hair is like acting so weird right now. On the rest of my face, my eyeballs are the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. My blush bronzer highlights are not going to surprise you. I've got so much stuff. I need to clean my vanity, you guys. My bronzer is the Balm Desert. My blush is the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in Always Rosy. Natasha Denona Super Glow, which for some reason is always upside down lately. I don't know what's happening with that. My lip is, I can't find this one in stores or even in a link anymore. It's from the Her Majesty collection from CoverGirl, the same collection that eyeshadow palette is from, which you might be able to still find it in stores, but I can't find it online. But it's one of the exhibitionist lip glosses. Super pretty. I have a bunch of CoverGirl lip glosses. I am thoroughly loving them. And mascara, lash blowout. That's what we've got going on. I will come back in a bit with a daylight check-in, and I'll be back at the end of the night. We'll give you guys my final thoughts. So weird. It's like 4 o'clock. Better make sure I get my check-in before there's no daylight left. Color match looks really good for me. But of course, this is the lightest shade, so if you are more pale than me, look at all that texture, man. Oh my god. Seriously, yo? Yeah, no. Good color, though. I like the color. Alright, there's your 2-hour check-in, because it's going to be dark soon. I'll be back tonight with my final thoughts. 12:01 a.m., that puts us just about at the 10-hour mark. Let's take a look at how the Elcie Micro Silque Foundation held up. First comment, very lightweight. Incredibly lightweight. Very comfortable all day long. Like, exceptionally lightweight. That's about where my positives end. I don't think it's drying. So if you have dry skin, I think it's possibly could work. But let's zoom in and look at what's not working. Most of the product is just gone at this point. Maybe that's why it's so comfortable. I haven't looked in a mirror in several hours, so I'm not sure when exactly it all disappeared. But even the concealer, I literally see bare skin under my eyes. So the concealer just vanished. the foundation, it's breaking up along every single wrinkle, every single line that I've got. It's settling into some of them. The textured side of my face still looks awful. My nose has polka dot pores. The areas where the foundation was clinging to the outlines of dry skin that's sort of ready to peel, still orange, still there. It's just what's left is gunked up and most of it's gone. And so that's not, there's just not much here for me to really bump this one up. The color range is pretty awful. This particular shade seems like a good shade match for me, but they only have 12 shades and this is the lightest one. I'm not super pale. I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. So if I had to give a grade to the Elcie Micro Silque Foundation, I'm going to go D, below average. Hey guys, it's Editing Shelly here, and I need to update this grade. We need to drop this one down a little bit. I need to call this an F. The daylight check-in, my skin looked absolutely awful, and this evening check-in, is it just me, or does it look really strangely shiny? In a weird, blotchy way. Anyhow, I think it still could work for other people. I'm about to tell you all of that, but for me, nope. I cannot recommend this at all. I gotta go F. I'm probably not going to wear it again. The fact that it is incredibly comfortable and also does not dry out dry skin, I feel like maybe if you don't have texture issues and you don't have any kind of flaking or peeling skin, you might be able to get this to work well for you. I don't think it wore very well over a 10-hour time span. However, it's not a complete fail. I think it has potential to work for some people, and of course, it could work wonderfully even if your issues are the same as mine. You know, everybody's body chemistry is different. All I can do is share what my body does and hope that it helps you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna go D. Just a flat out D on this one. I think it's a beautiful effort and it doesn't work very well for me. So there you have it. Pretty much same with the concealer. Actually, the concealer's probably a fail. This is not what I go for. Another Friday foundation fix is in the books. If you enjoy foundation reviews, if you'd like to see more of them, give me a thumbs up down below. Let me know in the comments what foundations you guys would like to see next. I keep a running list. I pick them up whenever I can. I've still got the RCMA cream foundation. Yeah, that's the first one off the top of my head. That's probably the next one that I will review. So if you want to see that one, let me know in the comments down below. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. Come back every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time for new videos. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.